Welcome to Hunting Vintage with Dusk. Today is going to be a few smaller purchases. What we got here, first off, we got two packs that I mentioned a while ago that I would go through that I got at an antique store. This pack on the left cost $15. I believe there's 15 cards from 1954. I was not allowed to look in the pack before I purchased it. And on the right, this was marked as 40 cards for $25, 1958 and 59. I'm assuming both these are all common players, but cards that are 69, 70 years old, I think are always awesome to look through. I have a fun time and enjoy looking at the players. So we'll go ahead and go through this first lot. We got a 58 Marv Throneberry, 58 Jack Meyer, Moose Scoron, probably the best player, what I'm assuming here, out of this bunch. Got a 58 Don Mueller, Harding Peterson, Don Elston, Jack Urban, Bill Taylor, Lindy McDaniel. Ooh, look at the noggin on this guy, the ears. Bob Trowbridge, Bob Keegan, Bob Smith, Bob Anderson, Ron Jackson, Del Ennis. Ooh, look at those glasses. I think those glasses were still in style in the mid-'80s. Joe Ginsberg, Dick Farrell, Jim Landis, Danny O'Connell, Eddie Yost. I was reading up on him. One of his big abilities was to be able to walk, as he was a leadoff hitter for the teams he played with because of his ability to get on base. Joe DeMastri, Hobby Landreth, Dale Long, Bill Hunter, Ronnie Klein, wish it was Al Kaline, but, Hank Foyles, Billy Gardner, Dick Drote, Ike Delock, Jim Wilson, Bill Verdon, Clint Courtney, Dick Hyde, now this is 59, Gordon Jones, Mike Fornellis, Dick Ray, George Zermanek, Don Lee, Willie Kirkland, Paul Guile. I don't think there's that big of names in here. Mostly common players. I guess the Moose Scoron is probably the best player of the bunch. With Eddie Yost, as far as player-wise, Eddie Yost being one of the better players. But I don't think his value-wise he's much as some of the other iconic cards like Trowbridge due to his looks. And then the $15 bunch. I believe these are all 54s. No, 55, excuse me. We got Joe Frazier, Russ Mayer, Zukin, Hank Sauer. There's a good name here. It's a little beat up. One of the poor quality cards. I really like the 56 look. He's 50. I love 56. Virgil Trucks, Bill Tuttle, Jim Finnegan, Tom Brewer, Mike Higgins, Arnold Portosero. I'm sure I butchered that name. Ron Jackson, Gordon Jones, Norm Zukin, Bob Nelson. Now these again are of the lower quality. A lot of cards have snow in them. I can feel some creases as I'm flipping through them. But these cards you can tell well loved. Gus Zernal, Danny Shell, Tom Walters, Bill Trimmel, another Joe Frazier, Dale Long, Bob Miller. Again, lower quality cards, but still 1955 and 56. Can't go terribly wrong. Now, these next purchase that I got recently, I think I paid, I want to say it was $1 for the Joe Green and the $1 for the Walt Frazier. And then it was $5 for the 1960 Willie Mays. And then 1953 early win, I think it was like $5. It was, you see the one corner up here has got a little issue with it. Small crease. But otherwise than that, it's a pretty card. And one of the reasons why I got out all these one touches here is I wanted to put some of these higher priced players into these one touches. And then there was a baseball card show that was local and out in Hilliard, Ohio. From the people who are running the show, there was 7 dealers at this card show who always sell at the National. And so there's a lot of vintage dealers there. And I guess their next show is in January. So I paid $120 for these cards. And we got a 1970 Thurman Munson rookie card. Now with the Thurman Munson, think it was marked at 20 some dollars. It has a small, as you can see, a small crease up top. Little snow doesn't take too much away from it, and off center. But $20 for Thurman Munson rookie card. Can't really complain about that one too much. I think normally it goes for like 60, $70. And then this one was about $40. 1956 Warren Spawn. I got it to go with my 1956 Slaughter. And as anybody who's been watching my channel for any length of time knows, the thing about Warren Spawn and Slaughter is that they were my grandfather's favorite players. One, Slaughter was his favorite player because of who he liked as a kid growing up. But two, Warren Spawn went to high school with my grandfather. Again, I have an affinity to try to pick up Warren Spawn cards when I can. And this one here is in really nice shape. Again, I don't see really any creases. It's a white back. Really good centering. 56 Warren Spawn to go with my 56 Slaughter. Then we got a 56 Roy Campanella. I think this was $25. A slight crease right there. So it was like 20 some dollars for it. But when you look at it straight, the crease doesn't take too much away from it. Now, Roy Campanella, the reason why I have a affinity for grabbing his cards. My dad was a Brooklyn Dodgers fan and was following them up until they actually left Brooklyn. He was disappointed as a little boy when they left. He really didn't follow any baseball teams up until in the mid to late 70s. And then I got a 1953 Slaughter. This was marked at $17. And this is, I guess, the red back. And again, a small little wrinkle up there, but when you look at it straight on, you can't really tell the wrinkles there. And then finally, this was marked at $33. And again, if I got Slaughter, I must have a Warren Spawn to go with it. 1953 Warren Spawn. Again, this one was marked at $33. Obviously, there's a lot of snow in it. Wrinkles here and there. A red back as well. So all in all, a lot of high-end cards here, especially on the later stuff. So it's marked for $143, and I got it for like $120. And then you throw in the early win into it, and Oh, I didn't mention this before, but the thing about Roy Campanella is my dad pushing 75 years old, so unfortunately he's not going to be around all that much longer. And so anytime I see Roy Campanella, Gil Hodges, Duke Snyder, I look at trying to purchase those cards for my dad. So this gives me a way to always keep thinking about them, especially when I'm out hunting for cards. But I thought I would share some of my more interesting vintage finds. So as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Throw a comment on there. What was your favorite player? Better yet, if you got any stories, anything you want to share, favorite players of your fathers or your grandfathers that you used to hang out with, please share down in the comments below. Don't forget, when I get to 100 subscriber goal, I got the Todd Hundley autograph giveaway. The 500 subscriber, I got the Mike Mussina giveaway. And at the 1,000 subscriber mark, I have this 1965 Westcorp Fun Pack giveaway with, again, a Hall of Famer on the front. Trying to not give away who it is. Again, as always, thanks for watching. Happy hunting.